Hi guys, today we're gonna do another easy repair, something you can do it at home with minimum effort, minimum technical skills required, and very few tools needed. Basically, all you need is a tweezer and a couple screwdrivers, a pentalobe screwdriver, and two Torx, two different sizes of Torx screwdrivers. I will mention exactly which tools you need as I start using them. Now, the repair I'm talking about, it's the replacement of the LCD assembly in a MacBook Pro Retina. The same instructions. This is a 15-inch MacBook Pro, but the same way you can change the screen in MacBook Pro 15 or 13-inch from late 2012 all the way to early 2016 one. After that, they changed the architecture of the computer, replacing the LCD assembly. It got a little bit more complicated. You could also attempt that, but you have to be a little bit more careful than with this one, and you'll need a little bit more technical skills for that. Now, I said I'm going to replace the LCD assembly. Why I didn't say replace the actual LCD? The number one reason is first of all to replace the LCD itself. It's a pretty advanced repair, which I do not believe you can do it at home unless you have experience in doing that. Then of course go ahead and do it, because the LCD in Retina one is not like previous versions of the MacBook Pro where the screen, it's an actual LCD. You would just remove the top glass, put the LCD in, apply the top glass on top, and that's that. In this one, it's more like a modular design, and sorry for that, I got interrupted. I'm still within my business hours, and even though I'm close to closing, but still people come in. Anyways, or phone calls, phone is ringing. So where was I? I said I'm gonna change the whole assembly, not the actual LCD, and I was giving you the reason why, as being the LCD itself, it's a modular design. It is much harder to replace. I'm not gonna get into details on how to change that. I can do that as well, but the purpose, remember, the purpose of this video is to help you guys at home to do what I'm doing. And replacing the LCD itself, it's more technical job. Now let's get to it. Another thing you have to remember when you change just the LCD itself, not the LCD assembly, you have to realize that Apple does not produce extra LCDs to sell it, to make money on it, or for God knows what other purpose. So the LCD you're going to get, it's either one LCD which did not has the original quality control, so it was never put in a Mac. So here I am again after another interruption. Maybe I should find a different time when I should record these videos, not during business hours, but for now it should do it. Anyways, let's go into the repair. And I was telling you that the reason I'm not ordering the LCD itself most of the cases, because it's either a screen which is inferior to what Mac came with, or B, it's an aftermarket one, a cheap Chinese one. Either the resolution is going to be different, the colors are going to be different, or the screen will develop dead pixels anytime soon, or you might have problems with it. I want to avoid that at all costs. So when I order screens, most of the time I do order the whole assembly, which is a used one. It's a used assembly, which is in a very good shape. It will save you money if you're trying to attempt this on your own. It will save you money because you can get something like that for around $300, and that's that. If you get just the LCD itself, you'll have to pay a technician. You'll still pay $270, $290 for an LCD, depending on the type of the computer you have, depending on the type of Mac you have. plus you're gonna pay the technician $100 something or more for replacing it. So basically you're not saving any money, and getting the whole assembly, a used one, you know that you're getting an original part. Now let's get to the repair. I will show you how the screen looks like. Many times people are calling me and telling me, hey, listen, my screen has some lines going through it. What is it? Is it the cable? Is it the motherboard? What is it? No, it's always the screen. And on the Retina one, it's very hard to see the actual crack without the screen, without the computer being turned on. You can clearly see the line right here. This is where the crack is. So I'm back again. So if you guys see this whole video and it doesn't make sense why so many cut-offs, I'm during schedule. Anyways, so let's turn off the computer and I will show you how to remove the whole screen assembly. Okay, and just rearrange the camera. Now the way you open the Mac, on the back of the computer you have 4 screws on the top, 4 screws on the bottom, and 2 in the middle. So basically there are 10 screws altogether you'll have to remove. Now for this one we will use a pentalobe bit or a pentalobe screwdriver. It's a P5. If you guys are interested into that, you can buy it off Amazon for around $4, $4 or $5. Okay. Now, and try while you open this, try to put the screwdriver all the way in the screw, as if it's not fully inserted, it might actually just damage the screw to the point where you'll have to call, it's gonna strip the screw, and then you'll have to call a repair shop to have the screw removed. Most of them, they will do it for free. Some they will charge, so you want to avoid that. Okay. Now also one thing worth mentioning, and I should have actually put it all the way in the beginning of the video, is that when you order the LCD assembly, make sure you order the appropriate one for your computer. Now how do you know which one is the appropriate one? On the back of the Mac you will have, let's see if you can actually see. Okay, so you have right there a model number. Okay, this one is an A1398. There are a couple A1398 manufactured over the years, and another the way to actually see which one exactly it is, if it's a 2013, 14, 15 one, you will look the serial number, which is right here, serial number. Now what do you do with the serial number? Well, you open a browser on your phone or on your tablet or on your spare computer, and you'll go at everymac.com. You'll put in the serial number of your computer and it will tell you exactly which Mac you actually have, which generation, which year, and based on that you will order the screen. As for example, a 2015 screen from a Mac will not work on a previous years, or vice versa. You will not have backlight. Okay, so now after we removed all the screws from the computer, let's leave the camera so you get a better view of it. Okay, we're gonna remove the back plate, and voila, this is the internals of a MacBook. This is a MacBook Pro 15 inches. You might have a 13 inch, but the instructions are basically going to be the same. Now what do we do first and foremost? Before we start disassembling the screen, I mentioned in the other videos, first we'll have to remove the battery. In the 13-inch models, you'll have the battery right here onto the right hand side of the board. Into this one, it's right here on the middle of the board. It is covered by the black tape. We'll lift the black tape and we're gonna see the connection of the battery. Now I'm gonna zoom on it a little bit, so you see what I'm doing. Okay, right here, the way we do it, put your nail under it and lift it upwards. Boom, that's that. So that's the way you remove the battery in this computer. Now that the computer is powered off completely, we'll get to actually actual disassembly of it. Okay, let's zoom. Okay. Now, first we will disconnect the LCD connection, and this one is right here. It's all the time. It's on the right hand side of the computer. Okay, and the way you do it, you get a tweezer. You'll put it. You see, you have a black tape right here. You lift this latch. It is a latch which have to be lifted, and then you gently push it outwards, and the connection is removed. Okay. Now we put it on the side, and in this one, in the LCD, you have also the connection for the Wi-Fi and the camera connection. Since obviously the camera is on the top of the screen, so all those, they are part of the LCD assembly. So we'll have to remove the camera connection and the Wi-Fi connection. Now the Wi-Fi connections, as you see here, they are in this one. There are 3 of them. Be very careful with it, because they are these little, see, these connectors. You'll have to put a screw, I'm sorry, you have to put the tweezer under the golden part. Never ever pull on the actual cable. So you put it under the golden connector and you lift it up. That's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. Why it has 3? Because 1 is for the Bluetooth. It's the Bluetooth antenna. Okay. Now we're gonna remove the camera connector, which is right here. Okay, I don't know if you can see it clearly. Again, I have to upgrade my camera. I know, plus YouTube, it's downgrading the video a little bit, so I don't know how clear you guys can actually see it. Now the camera connector, first we'll have to unglue the cable from the fan, and we'll push on the camera connector. We'll push with the tweezers outwards. Okay, and it is out. Now on the 15-inch models, you'll see that the cables are routed through this little plastic piece. We'll take the cable out, and that's that. Now all the connections which are going to the LCD are removed, and we're actually gonna disassemble. We're gonna remove the hinges. So the hinge screws are covered by this rubber feet, 1 on each side, and you'll see the screws. There are 3 of them, 1, 2, 3, and for those we will use, we will use a T8 screw bit or screwdriver. So we're gonna remove those. Okay, let's see, I need the... Okay, they're pretty tight in there, so you might need a little bit of a force in the first place just to get them going. After that is very easy. So there are 3, remember, 3 on each side, 1, 2, and 3. Again, sorry for the interruption. Let's get back to it. Now we remove the right hinge. We're gonna do the left hinge. So we'll pop up the rubber foot, start the screws going, 3 of them on this side as well, 1, 2, and 3. And now, I don't know if you will be able to see, again, there are 2 more screws we'll have to remove. And in particular, you see right here, right by the hinge, there is a screw right there on each side. That's basically, it has a little stopper here, so that's one there and another one right there. Now for that we will use, let's see which screw bit we will use. We will use also a torque, a T5 head or screwdriver. So T5. Then we'll, after the screw is removed, we're gonna remove this little piece. Okay, we put it on the side. Same way we'll do it here. Okay, that's removed. We're gonna remove that. Now the screen is ready to be pulled out or lifted. So how we do that? Just gonna slightly open the computer up at a 90-degree angle. Gonna grab the computer with 2 hands, put it on the side of a table, okay, just like so. Okay, I'm sorry, let me arrange this camera. Okay, and we will lift the screen just like that. Boom, the old screen, it's out. Now it's time to put in the new screen. So we'll take the new screen, remove if you have any tape on it, which was put there to protect the connectors during the shipping. If you don't have it, don't worry about this step. Okay, so the way we put it, it's exactly how we took it out. We'll arrange the hinges, we'll align the hinges with the computer just like so, and we will take again the T9 screw head, I'm sorry, the T8 screw set, and put 1 screw into each hinge just to hold the screen in place. Why I'm not putting all of them? Because I need to test the screen first to make sure that it actually works. As sometimes, as I said as I mentioned in the beginning, on the Retina screens it's very hard to see the cracks. So if something happened during the shipping, the screen might not work. So then I'm just gonna put it together just to realize that, oh, I have to remove it again. So we're gonna connect the LCD connecting cable, LVDS cable, which is right here, and I've shown you in a previous video how to do that. It's pretty easy. Just please be careful with it, and I'm telling you why. The first pin onto this connector serves as the backlight connector. If somehow you're bending that, or if you don't put it perfectly straight, you might break that pin and you're not gonna have a backlight in your screen. So the best way is to first align the connection, the cable with the connector, and then slide it in the same time. Okay, don't put it sideways or anything like that. Now that's connected, we will reconnect the battery. We're gonna just push it on top of the tab and push it in. Okay, I'm not used to do it this way. I'm doing usually the other way, vice versa. I'm doing it now for the camera, so that's why. Okay, and now we will turn on the computer, and hopefully we will get the Apple logo and the backlight. Everything would be perfect. Then we can proceed reassembling the whole computer. So as you see, I do have the Apple logo, I do have the user right there, so it is working. Now I can safely remove the battery and reassemble the computer. We're gonna shut off the computer. Okay, hold the power button for around 5 to 7 seconds until it shuts off. We will disconnect the battery once again. Okay, don't forget about disconnecting the battery. You don't want to burn anything on the main board, which might cost more than actually what you saved on doing this by yourself. And we will reassemble the screws. Now I'm gonna show you something which I prefer doing. I don't know if you guys will do it or not. And what exactly is that? I need to find it first in order to show it to you. And let's see, where did I put it? Where did I put my thread lock? Okay, when I'm looking for it, I'm obviously not finding it. So anyways, what I would recommend you buy some blue thread lock, just to put it back on the screw. As you can see, the screw had a little blue paint on it. That's called the thread lock. Do not buy the red one, as the red one, it's impossible to remove without using very high heat. So use a thread lock to keep your screws in place, as opening and closing the screen all the time might actually get the screws a little bit loose. Now the one I'm using is the Loctite thread locker blue. And another stupid thing, the blue one comes in the red packaging, the red one comes in a blue packaging, so go figure. Okay, so the way we do it, we're gonna take the screw. Okay, don't do it on top of the computer. Take the screw, you apply, you can do it on top of the battery, not on top of the main board, and you apply a little bit of the blue, magic blue paint before you put the screw in, and that will hold it into place. So we'll do that with all the screws. 1, 2, 3. You just have to dab it a little bit. You don't have to put, I don't know how much. And let me take this phone call. I'll be right with you. Okay, I'm back again. So I had 2 more screws to put in. Now I want to show you something onto the left hand side of the laptop. And what I want to show you is that right there, see the Wi-Fi cables they do have a little shield right here, which actually you'll have to put the screw through it, and then you'll have to tie it in. So that you'll put it on top of the hinge itself. You don't put it under the hinge. I had somebody putting it under it. Not that it wouldn't work, but it won't sit good. So last screw. Again, do not over tie these screws, as you don't wanna strip the threads, and if you do that, you'll forever have a loose hinge on your computer. You'll have to change the whole top case. You don't want to do that, because unfortunately not the screws are the one which are going to be stripped, but rather the thread in the assembly, okay, on the top case of the computer. We're going to route the cables back into this little plasticky thingy, which I don't know how to call it, and then we're going to put the camera in. Now we will reattach the camera, also put the connection straight and push it straight in. Don't do it at an angle. You don't want to damage anything. Don't put too much force, as you might break the connector. And the antenna cables are pretty self-explanatory. You'll just take the first one, the shorter one goes towards the left. You will put it there and just press it. It makes a pop. Then you take the second shortest one, the short, no, the second longest one, I guess. You put it just like, not like that, but like this, into the middle one, and then you take the third one and you put it in. Okay. Now we will put back these little plastic pieces which we first removed. Okay, so we'll put the first one in, and we take our let's see, which one was that? It was, if I remember correctly, the T5 screw. Put this screw in, and we repeat it on the other side. Okay, probably not gonna see it because of this. We'll put it there, take the screw, now it's time to reattach the tabs. If the little tape here does not hold, you can always use a double-sided tape to reattach that. That's for pretty much visual purpose. It serves no other purpose than that. Once that's put in, we're gonna take the back plate and we will reattach it. Now there's no point to actually show you how to do that, as you work in reverse order the way you started, so you should pretty much close it, make sure everything is nice and tight, and that's that. So again, hopefully you'll have a little bit more trust, or I don't know, you will attempt to do such a repair. Now that you saw, it is actually very easy to do it. It will save you some money, and then also you'll have the how would you say that, I don't know, you feel like you achieved something, you did something by yourself without the help of anybody else, so that gives you a pretty nice feeling. With that said, gotta go back to work. I have a couple more computers I have to fix today. Hopefully I've helped you in a way or another. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe, comment. Thank you.